Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special video lesson for our Roadrunners program. We had to cancel Roadrunners this week, but if we had met in person, we were going to start a new unit, Unit 3 of our Roadrunners program, and it's built around the question, how were humans made? And it's really tied in with our question from Unit 2, which was, what is God like? And so when we're talking about how we're humans made, we have to first recognize that humans are like something very different from God in a lot of ways. In our unit 2, we talked about how God has no limits. And we said he has no limits in regards to his presence. He is present everywhere. He has no limits in regards to his knowledge. He knows everything. He can do everything. He's all powerful. He is perfectly good. He does good all the time, and he is no limits in how he loves. He loves without limits. And so God is unlimited in all those ways. Now, we, on the other hand, as human beings, we are extremely limited in those same ways that we just talked about God being unlimited. We can only be one place at a time. There's a lot of things that we do not know, and even some things we think we know that we don't. We also know that there are certain things we can't do. We have limitations. We're not all powerful, and we're far from perfect. We make mistakes. We sin, and worst of all, we fail to love a lot of the time, or at least love well. And so there are a lot of differences between God and human beings. And that's not surprising. He is, after all, God. What is surprising is that the Bible sometimes says that we are actually like God in a very significant way. It says in Genesis 1:25 and chapter 5, verse 1, that human beings were made in the image of God and in the likeness of God. There's something that makes us very different from every other thing that God created. In other words, God didn't make trees in the image of God. Trees are beautiful, but they're not in the image of God. God didn't make birds in the image of God. Birds are beautiful, but they're not like God in that way, in any significant way. God didn't make fish in the image of God. They're pretty cool, but they're not image bearers of God. And God didn't make land animals in the image of God. All the different kinds of land animals, some of them really neat, but none of them are said to be like God, as it says about human beings. So in the story of creation, God only says about human beings that they are made in the image and the likeness of God. So there's something very special about human beings. Another clue that this is true in the Bible is that at the end of each day of creation, when God makes all those different things, God says that the day was good, that it was good that he made those things. But after he makes human beings on the sixth day, God says it's very good. So there's something very special about human beings. Now, at home, I want you to raise your hand if you are a human being. I'm hoping that everyone that's listening to this raised their hands, at least all the humans. So if you are a human being, then you are special. That means that you are a special creation of God. He thinks you're very good. Now, next time we meet, I'm going to tell you what it is about humans that makes us like God. But for now, I just want to dwell on this point that we are made special. You have been made in God's image and likeness. You are special. So I don't want you to ever let anyone tell you that you are worthless. If anyone ever says that to you, they're lying. You know the truth, that you are not worthless. You are special. And don't let anyone ever tell you that you're a nobody, because that's not true. You are a somebody, specially made by God. And don't let anyone ever say those things to anyone else. You should speak up for those who are being told such things. We should never treat a fellow human being badly, because every human being was made special by God. I sometimes hear people say something like, hey, I'm only human. And they mean that's kind of an excuse for bad behavior or for behaving like an animal. And I just want to say that's not at all how we should view things. As if being human is some sort of sad and sealed fate. that we are bound to. Instead, we should be, I'm a human. I should act better than this. I have my wits about me. I have the ability to be like God in some significant ways. And so we were made for so much more than kind of living beneath our potential. And so every human being is a wonderful creation made by a beautiful God in a beautiful way. Our memory verse for this week is Genesis 9:6, and it says simply, God made human beings in his own image. Genesis 9:6, God made human beings in his own image. I hope that you'll memorize that verse over this next couple weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to meet again real soon to get into lesson 2 of this third unit. Thanks. Bye-bye. On your mark,
Get set, go. I'm in a race, no status quo.
I'm on the move, my eyes are on the prize. The road has been prepared for me. There's no place else I'd rather be. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life. And I will run, run, run until the day is done. I will run, 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 and I'll sing. I will run, run, run until this race is won. I will run, run, run to the King. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes I fall. I get back up and give my all. I won't give up, I'll keep on pushing through. And even when I cannot see, I know that there's a crown for me. Jesus, I can do all things through you. And I will run, run, run until the day is done. I will run, 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 and I'll sing. I will run, run, run until this race is won. I will run, run, run to the King. I'll keep running, even when it's tough, when the road is rough, when it seems I'm not enough. I'll keep running, taking new steps all the time, till I cross the finish line, till the victory is mine. I will run, 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 until the day is done. I will run, 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 and I'll sing. I will run, 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 until this race is won. I will run, run, run to the King. I will run, run, run to the King.